Although not a high-tech weapon, it is the most legendary grassroots artifact of WWII. It lacked the steel body of a tank and the explosive power of an artillery shell. But with its low cost and high efficiency, it became the Soviet Army's tank killer. This is the weapon with a very Russian-sounding name, the Molotov Cocktail. Can you believe it? During the Battle of Moscow in 1941, Soviet militia used Molotov cocktails in the freezing snow to take on German armored vehicles head-on. In just 3 days, 1,200 civilian soldiers used these glass bottles to burn 342 German tanks and 156 armored vehicles. And in the 1943 Battle of Kursk, a Soviet anti-tank team performed a miracle. 3 men carrying 12 firebombs ambushed a German tank group after hiding for 4 hours. They burned multiple heavy tanks to a halt on the spot, suffering 0 casualties themselves. With a record like that, you have to admit, ruthless people use ruthless methods. It is no exaggeration to say that everyone from anti-German partisans to regular army units use this thing for anti-tank warfare. Why is it called a Molotov cocktail? The story is full of irony. In the 1939 Winter War, Soviet bombers dropped incendiary bombs on Finland. Soviet Foreign Minister Molotov lied, claiming, "We're dropping bread baskets." The Finns, laughing in anger, took the improvised firebombs used in the Spanish Civil War, used them against Soviet tanks, and named them Molotov cocktails, a drink to go with the food. Later, when the Soviet-German War broke out, the Soviets adopted the nickname themselves. After all, if it works against tanks, who cares? Early too, the German blitzkrieg stunned the Soviet Union. Desperately short of anti-tank guns, frontline soldiers had no choice but to fill glass bottles with gasoline and stuff them with a soaked cloth fuse. Unexpectedly, it became legendary. From 1941 to 1945, it became a national anti-tank artifact. Here comes the key point. Don't let the simple structure fool you. There's a science to it. The body was a common 500 milliliter glass bottle, found in many homes. The fuel was a mixture, percent gasoline, 20% kerosene, and 10% rosin. This ratio was combat tested. Rosin made the flames stick to the tank without sliding off, burning longer. The mouth was sealed with a rubber stopper, wrapped with 3 turns of soaked cloth tape. Light it, throw it. Upon impact, the bottle shatters, splashing fuel into a massive fireball, with temperatures instantly hitting 800 to 1,000 degrees. Of course, you can't just throw it randomly. The principle targets the tank's soft spots. Tanks look tough, but have fatal weaknesses. Engine air intakes, fuel tanks, and vision slits. If it hits the air intake, the heat seizes the engine pistons. The tank stalls within 30 seconds. Hitting the fuel tank is even more brutal. 800-degree heat ignites the fuel, turning the tank into a crematorium. Even if it just hits the hull, smoke blinds the vision slits, making the crew completely blind. Later, improved versions added white phosphorus, releasing toxic gas when burning, doubling the lethality. Especially at the turret ring gap, flames would seep inside. The burning crew had to bail out, running right into waiting machine guns. German tankers grew terrified of glass bottles. Why is it called a weapon? Only for the brave. Imagine this. If you saw a bulldozer in real life, you'd instinctively step back. Now imagine a fully armed tank. You'd want to hide immediately. The Soviets made rules for operators. First, throw within 10 to 15 meters. Too far and the wind blows out the fuse. Too close and the fire burns you. Second, stay upwind or the smoke will choke you. Third, never use plastic bottles. They bounce back instead of breaking, burning your own men. 15% of casualties were due to improper handling. So the Soviets had a rhyme. Wait, stay upwind, hold the glass. Aim for the rear and you shall pass. The Molotov cocktails. Pros and cons are very obvious. The pro is low cost, just 1.2 rubles a piece, the price of 2 loaves of bread back then. Easy to make and carry. One soldier could carry 6, much more flexible than an AT gun. But the cons are fatal, extremely short range, requiring close-range ambush, weather-dependent, hard to light in rain or snow, limited effect on heavy tanks. Brothers, why has the Molotov cocktail endured? Its impact is bigger than you think. From its debut in the Spanish Civil War in 1936, Korea, and Vietnam, it was everywhere. Even in modern local conflicts, soldiers still use it against armored vehicles. With the simplest design, it proved that a weapon's power lies not in